Ensuring our passengers, we sensitize them to make sure that, or let them to know that coronavirus is for real. Before they get into the car, they have to wash their hands, put on their nose mask, and make sure that they are not overloaded to prevent coronavirus for our people. If you can look around, we are selling them here. We encourage them to buy, at least for a cheaper rate, at least 100 francs, so everybody can have it. Yes. As the president, I offer some of them for free of charge to prevent coronavirus.
To make that Cameroonian know that the COVID-19 is real, because we are seeing all over the world what's happening, and in Africa here. So for our level here, we are trying our best to fight against the COVID-19. First, the worker each worker wear a mask first before enter the factory or the showroom. Secondly, we are trying to make sure that we have a hand sanitizer to sensibilize our customer, and also respect the barrier distance 1 meter or 1.5 meters at least from each other. That's what we're trying to do. The discipline inside the factory, inside the company, the worker will know respect the barrier, the assignment, have a serious appointment, and if he does the job, it's impossible. And for customer, the customer cannot enter the shop without a mask. So you can stand out and somebody buy and give you. That's what we're trying to do to protect our population for this COVID-19. We also try to prevent this COVID-19 to help our family, to help our friends, our loved ones, sisters, our brothers, so that at least we can live as long as possible. That's what we're trying.
Contrary to misinformation that some people think that COVID-19 is over, I stand to testify that COVID-19 is still very much around us. And as a pastor in my congregation, we ensure that we have wash hand machines outside, stationed in 3 spots out of the congregation. And there's an elder standing in the 2 entries of our congregation with hand sanitizer. So all Christians entering the church house must wash their hands and also they sanitize. And it is a rule in our congregation that you must wear your face mask. Not only putting it on, but effectively wearing it. Even the choirs, when they are singing, they sing with their masks on. It is true that they complain that it is uncomfortable, but we have educated them to know that wearing the face mask is not only for your protection or for your discomfort, but it's also protecting another person. So our plea is that all pastors should ensure and endeavor that they educate their Christians to know that wearing a face mask, washing of hands, keeping a safe distance is not only for themselves but also for the population at large.
But the mosque executive management committee put in place a special committee responsible for measures to curb the spread of COVID-19, amongst which the act of distancing in the mosque. But before you access the mosque, you are given savon to wash your hands. You have hand sanitizers. You come with your praying mat. You know, it is a new normal. Muslims were in the habit of always praying close to each other. This time, because of the COVID, being afraid that it could spread very widely, the Muslims are advised to give distance 1 meter apart. Not only that, the faithfuls also have been reduced to a maximum of 50 persons. And so the intake is reduced, unlike other confessions where you probably will have 2 services. Some will come in the morning and others perhaps during the day. And with us is once, and that once it has a specific time that the service has to take place. The sermons too have been reduced. The period used for the sermons has been reduced. If the sermon generally would take about 20 or 45 minutes. Now the maximum period we use for the time frame is 10 to 25 minutes. The prayers and the sermon and everything inclusive, the service is over and Muslims are advised to go home. Then you know that after the prayers, generally you have to shake hands and greet the brothers, but this time that fraternity is you only wave. And we also advise that those who are at the door to take security to make sure people fully access the mosque, you have to be in conformity with the principles put in place by the Mosque Management Committee, the COVID Management Committee.
We have ensured that there is not overcrowding by multiplying our masses so that Christians have opportunity to attend at various times and in various places to avoid overcrowding. Secondly, we ensure that at the entrance of the church there is the mechanism to provide the Christians with the facility to wash their hands by means of running water, and also in the course of the Mass we ensure that there is no physical touch. So when it's time to offer each other the sign of peace, we do that by a wave or a simple bow or a smile. That is what the bishops have asked us to do. And we encourage our Christians on a daily basis to ensure that they put on their masks. We ourselves, in the course of the celebration of the Mass, we ensure that we have our masks on, and during the distribution of Holy Communion, everyone gets sanitized, and the communion is no longer administered on the tongue as it used to be one of the options. Everyone must receive on their palms. These are some of the measures we have put in place, apart from encouraging our Christians by word of mouth that they respect all the barrier measures, because we have, over the course of time, we have seen some of our Christians contracting this virus, which we thought was something of the Western world. It is so close to us, and so we cannot but ensure that these measures are observed. And so we use the opportunity to remind everyone to make sure that these barrier measures are respected, so that we together fight against this pandemic.
Measures we put in place start with ourselves first. We have to protect ourselves for we to continue to take care of the public. So all staff put on their masks. The second measure relates to both us and the clients. We have a distant barrier line that we erected, and every patient stepping here cannot go beyond that cord that we put, which is to estimate their 1.5 meters. Also, every client must also put on their masks. If they do not have masks, they are set via the window. And thirdly, we put markers on our floors so that the different clients have different positions to be able to keep away from each other. Fourthly, we are minimizing receiving cash. So we've installed mobile money, both MTN and Orange. And we are encouraging most of our clients to pay us via MTN and Orange. That way we reduce handling of cash. And lastly, we have hand sanitizer at the door. We have a hand sanitizer at the door where every client that steps in has to sanitize their hands before they come in and hand us their prescription. Not many skeptics. We start with people refusing to come in with masks, and we see that there is no COVID-19 in Cameroon. When we educate them that there is, it does exist, they can always look up the statistics online, listen to the radio where they get the hospital admissions, information about people testing positive, and knowing that all these have been put in place because it does exist in Cameroon. That's the first thing, to let them know. They should listen to the news to know it does exist. And secondly, we also encourage them to follow the tips such as barrier measures, as well as many people take vitamin C to boost their immune system.
The wearing of face masks in these COVID-19 days is of extreme importance to everybody except children below a certain age. The face mask will make sure if you have the COVID-19 virus, it does not extend to your wife, your children, or other people who live around you with whom you work in the community. The wearing of the face mask would also ensure that if your wife, your child, other people in your office or the buy and sell place where you sell or your church don't send out this virus to you. It is important generally to understand that nobody is saying everybody has to wear a face mask even when you are going to the farm alone. But face mask has been said by WHO to be of extreme importance when you are within several people. Wear your face mask can make all the difference between you staying safe with others and ensuring that you don't only care for yourself, but you care for your loved ones. Those people who think it's not necessary to wear a face mask or don't see any reason why they should wear a face mask are just making an error. Some people think that it makes them not breathe well. Young girls and young women think that because of their lipstick, they should not wear something which will cover their lips, so we don't admire their lipstick. Some other people just think that wearing a face mask is just disturbance. But can't you think of it? There are times in life when you have to disturb yourself a little so you stay alive. Everywhere you want to look at it, COVID-19 has come to surprise all of us, and we are told the best way to stay from trouble with this virus is to wear a face mask. So if I were you, I'll wear my own.